Hello investors, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'll introduce you to two stocks that I intend to buy right now in order to add to the portfolio to give me some more exponential growth. Now, for those of you new here, my name is Tim. I'm that guy that started off this portfolio with only $65. The reason I did that is because I wanted to show everyone out there, especially those individuals that are new to the stock market, that the best time to start investing is going to be right now. And it does not really matter how much money you have. Whatever amount of money you have right now, you could use that to go ahead and start investing. Now, in order to do that, the first thing you're going to need to do is to go ahead and open up a brokerage account. If you guys do not have a brokerage account, then maybe you want to consider using the ones that I personally use. Those links are going to be in the description below. The second thing you need to do is to go ahead and decide what stocks or ETF that you want to add to your portfolio. Now, once you do that, the third and last thing you probably have to do for your portfolio for a long time is to go ahead and set your portfolio to autopilot. If you guys do not know how to do any of those things, then this would give you a very good opportunity for you to go ahead, like the video, and especially subscribe to the channel where I will be walking you through all these investing and trading strategies. Now, for today's video, I will be giving you a quick update on the portfolio, how we've been doing thus far. This portfolio has been opened at the start of December. So I'm going to walk through how the portfolio has been doing before I go ahead and show you the stocks I will be adding to the portfolio for exponential growth. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the week outlook to see how the portfolio has been doing. Now, as you can see here, the portfolio is up about $9.40, which is about less than 1% for the past week. And as you guys can see by the chart right here, it has been a very volatile week. Let's go ahead and go over to the month to see how we've been doing. Now, for the month, we've up $100, and that's 9.57% return, which is not bad. Now, I did mention at the start of the video that I started off this portfolio with only $65. So for those of you who are wondering why it's at four-digit portfolio right now, is because I made a commitment to myself to go ahead and contribute $250 every single month to this portfolio. Even if you don't have a lot of money, I don't think $250 is too much to ask for to contribute to a portfolio. You could go ahead, divide that into 4 weeks, and you could do it on a weekly basis. The whole point is to go ahead and get started today. So with the amount of money I started, $65, plus the amount of money I contributed, plus the portfolio growth, that's what has the portfolio to this number right here. So let's go ahead and continue. So for the 3-month outlook, the portfolio is up roughly around 5%, which represents a $54 increase to the portfolio. Let's go ahead to the year to date. And for the year to date, we're up 5.7% or $62. Now, the main thing I want to show you here is that even if the portfolio is only around $1,000, you still have double-digit return right here. So investing is not that difficult as most of these people show you that it is. It's not. It's quite simple. You just need to go ahead and get started today. You will learn along the way. You will lose some money along the way. That's just part of the game. But over the long run, you will come out victorious. I promise you that. Now let's go ahead and go to the 1-year outlook to see how we're doing. Okay, so for the 1-year outlook, you can see we're up $69 or around 6%. So that's how the portfolio has been doing thus far since I opened up this portfolio in December of 2025. So it's not too bad. I started off with a 2-figure amount, which is $65. And for the couple months the portfolio has been open, which let's say roughly around 5 months, I have gained that $65 back right here in investment gains or capital appreciation. Now, what I want to show you as well is that whenever you begin investing, your portfolio will be going through these ups and downs. That is quite normal. As you can see, the portfolio dropped off all the way down here around March 28th, which represent probably the bottom of the market, and I was down $54 and the market recuperated nicely. So these things will happen. And when they happen, all you need to do is do nothing. Just continue doing what you were always doing. And if you're smart, you're going to be doing the DCA or the dollar cost model average. Once again, if you don't know what that is, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel to learn all these strategies. So the method I use on this channel is the dollar cost average method or the DCA method. With this method, it allows me to contribute a fixed amount to the stocks that I have in the portfolio, and we're going to be going over the stocks I have in the portfolio right now. So whenever the $250 comes and it gets deposited into the portfolio, a certain portion of that $250 gets divided between the 10 stocks I have in the portfolio. And by the end of the video, this is now going to be 12 stocks. Now, when the money comes into the portfolio, the money first goes into my buying power right here. And then when it gets to the buying power, then it automatically goes towards these stocks right here. I don't have to do anything. So I like to refer to this portfolio as the set it and forget it portfolio. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the stocks I have currently and the stocks I do intend to add in the short term. So let's start off with the top four. The top four stocks I have is going to be Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, and Google. The reason I have these four stocks here is because they're considered to be value stocks. So I have them there in order for them to keep the portfolio very stable. Now, they are value stocks and they will come with a bit of growth, but they would not grow as exponentially as one of the stocks I'm going to introduce you as the growth stocks. The next four stocks I do have in the portfolio is going to be CVX here, Realty Income, Altria here, and PepsiCo. The reason I have these second four here is primarily to give the portfolio consistent income. That consistent income is going to come in the form of dividends. These next four stocks here, they all pay dividends. Once again, the top four is for value. The next four is going to be for dividends. Now, the last two stocks in the portfolio. The last two stocks in the portfolio is going to be Oscar Health and also New Holdings. Now, these stocks are added to the portfolio primarily for growth. When I say growth, is that I do expect their share price to go up faster than the previous 8 stocks I did introduce you to, which brings me to the whole point of today's video. Now, for today's video, I'm going to show you the 2 stocks I do intend to add to this portfolio. Now that the portfolio has gone up to a 4-digit portfolio, now I'm of the mindset that I could take a bit more risk. So once again, before I go ahead and introduce you guys to the 2 stocks I want to add, I did start off this portfolio with only $65. On a monthly basis, I contributed $250 automatically. That $250 went ahead and it got divided amongst these 10 stocks in the portfolio. And that is how this portfolio has grown over time without minimal input from me. The only time I look at this portfolio is when I go ahead and make a video for YouTube. Now, let's go ahead and introduce you to the first of the 2 stocks I do decide to add to the portfolio. And the reason I'm adding them to the portfolio is to give me exponential growth. I do have 4 stocks in the portfolio for value. I do have 4 stocks in the portfolio for dividends. So I want to add my growth to 4 stocks as well. Now, the first stock I will be adding to the portfolio is going to be one of my favorite. I do have it in my big portfolio, and that's going to be Rigetti Computing. Rigetti Computing, or the ticker is going to be RGTI. Now, the reason I'm going to go ahead and add Rigetti Computing to the portfolio is because it has a very small or very low price per share. So it's going to fit into the portfolio very nicely. The other reason I'm going to be adding it to the portfolio is because it's going to give the portfolio exponential growth. And thirdly, because it's in a different sector. The 2 growth stocks I already have in the portfolio, one is Oscar Health, which is in the healthcare sector. The other one is Nubank, which is in the fintech sector. But adding Rigetti to the computer, I now going to have exposure to the quantum sector. Now, what the other reason I'm buying Rigetti Computing is because it gives me exposure to one of the biggest upside sectors in the tech right now, which I just mentioned, and that's going to be the quantum computing sector. The company is a full stack player, building out its own quantum processors and offering cloud-based access to those systems. And that positions itself early in a potentially massive shift in industry. Now, this is a long-term, high-risk, high-reward bet. So before you go ahead and do this, always make sure to do your own due diligence. Now, if quantum computing becomes commercially viable, companies like Rigetti is already embedded into the government, research, and enterprise ecosystems and could see outsized growth from today's level. Hence, I'm making investment today in order to reap the rewards later on down the line. Now, like I mentioned, I do have this in my bigger portfolio because I like this stock a lot. So that is the first stock I will be adding to the portfolio. Now, the next stock I'm going to be adding to the portfolio that's going to give me even more diversification is going to be none other than BMNR or Bitmine Immersion Technologies. Now, BMNR is another stock that I do also have in my bigger portfolio, but the reason I'm going to go ahead and add it to this small portfolio is to give me that diversification as well. Once again, I have Oscar Health for healthcare. I have Nubank, which is fintech. I'm going to add Rigetti Computing, which gives me exposure to the quantum sector. And now by adding BMNR, it's going to give me exposure to the crypto sector. So that is going to help balance out the portfolio even better. Now, with Bitmine, once again, the price per share is very low at $22.02 per share. So it's going to fit in nicely in the portfolio with the other three that I already mentioned that's going to be added to the portfolio. Now, I said this a lot. The whole point of me adding these particular stocks to the portfolio is going to add diversification to the portfolio, and it's also going to give me exponential growth. Okay, so there you have it, investors. These are the two stocks I do intend to add to my portfolio. Now, to bring it full circle, the portfolio is now going to have 12 stocks, 4 value stocks, 4 dividend stocks, and then 4 growth stocks. Now, the whole point of me going ahead and make all these videos is that I want to show you guys that are new to the stock market or new to investing that is not that difficult. The best thing you could do for yourself is to go ahead and start investing today. Do not worry about the limited knowledge you have. Neither do not worry about the amount of money you have. Whatever knowledge you have, whatever amount of money you have, go ahead and start investing today. You will learn along the way, which brings me to the third time I'm going to make this point. If you need help getting started and you want to grow a small portfolio by investing and you don't have to think about it, then go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Now, once you start investing, your best friend is going to be a word that's known as compounding. As the portfolio starts to grow in value, the amount of money you have in the portfolio is going to allow you to make even more money. Hence, the portfolio, I started off with a 2-digit portfolio, and now it's up to a 3-digit portfolio. And my growth over time is now double digit, which is more than my initial investment to start up the portfolio. So that's just a quick video I wanted to bring to you guys to show you guys the 2 stocks I'm adding to the portfolio and how I'm going to go ahead and continue building this portfolio. Now, the reason I felt comfortable adding these 2 stocks to the portfolio, like I mentioned, is because now the portfolio is a 4-digit portfolio. Once the portfolio hits $2,000, which should be within the next 3 months, then I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to even more ways to grow your portfolio, even more ways to invest in. So there you have it, investors. Those are the 2 stocks I'm adding right now in order to go ahead and grow this portfolio exponentially. So just to round up this video, I did explain to you guys that the stocks I'm adding to is going to give me exposure to quantum and exposure to crypto. But just to let you know, in the 4 value stocks that I have right now, I do have exposure to both quantum and to crypto. Now, the whole point of me making this video is that I want to give you guys as much information that I possibly can in order for you guys to go ahead and keep pushing your investments.